Hello everyone, Jake here. Today we're going to find out if this cheap acoustic foam from Amazon works or not. I'll introduce myself to start off with. My name is Jake. I do resin casting and resin casting accessories. I do live shows, instructional videos and stuff like that. I built this room to be temperature controlled for doing that, for that purpose of live shows. And it is super echoey in here. There are a lot of expensive solutions to this. Like there's foam that is pretty expensive. If you have a lot of surface area to cover it, it can add up really quick. I got these cheap off of Amazon, and what these are diffusers. Anytime there's anything with different levels to it, let me try to explain this. When you speak, or you have sound coming out of your speakers or whatever you're gonna do, here's your sound, and it say this is a wall or a flat surface. Your sound comes in here and it hits and it goes off and stays intact. What a diffuser does is it comes in here and it hits all these different directions, and it comes off in different directions in the smaller form, if that makes any sense. And that's why these are for the corners and these are for the flat surfaces. These come super smashed together, and there's two ways to do it. You can either just let them sit. It says you can either let them sit for up to 48 hours, or you can just wring them in water, like rinse them in water and then wring them out, put them in the dryer for like 10 minutes, and then it's done. I let it sit for like a day and a half, and more than half of them were still flat. So I just went in there and did the water thing, and it worked. So if I had it to do over again with these cheap ones, I would just go right to the water and do it that way and wring them out and dry them. The first thing we're gonna do is measure the sound, like just do it. You'll be able to see at the end, I'll put them side by side. This is before we've done anything. The camera's gonna be in the same spot. It's right beside the TV. I have the live mic on, and then I'm gonna take it off and just use the phone. So here we go, test, test, test. Phone mic, test, test, test. All right, this is hardboard right here. It's a little bit heavy. I've seen people glue this stuff to glue the foam down to even cardboard and hang it up, or you can hang it or put it however you want to. But I decided to put an inch strip of 1/4 inch plywood top and bottom of this just to stiffen it up. And then I have this hardware. It's going to be S-hooks and some rings that have 1/4x20 that'll fit into our T-slots. We'll check that out later, but basically it's going to go like this, and then our hook is going to go like that. So let me get these things on here. This is 3M double-sided tape, so you're just going to take it off. It sticks really well. I'm just going to put one in each corner and push it down. You can start wherever you want to. I know I cut this to almost exactly 4 feet, so 4 of these across and 4 up. So I'm just gonna set it on there as straight as I can. I'm gonna push it on there. This stuff sticks really well. I already tested one of them. It sticks real well. I mean, it'd probably work if you just wanted to put one in the middle. I'm gonna move these panels around a lot, so I think I want more tape on it, but there you go. And we have to hang these panels from the ceiling somehow, so I have some scrap pieces of plywood that I have, and I'm just going to put this T-track in the center. I'm going to go ahead and mark where the T-track is going to go, so I know where to drill holes for the lag bolts. Now I'm going to measure every 16 inches on these because that's where the joists in my ceiling are, so I'll go ahead and get those marked out and cut. And I'm just going to paint these and then attach the T-tracks with number 8 by 3/4 inch self-tapping screws, and then we find the studs on the ceiling and attach it to it, and then we just put our panel on it. This is foam panels with the Rode mic. Test, test, test. Foam panels with the phone mic. Test, test, test. I think there's a difference already, but I can see there's a big space in there and above there on both sides. I'm gonna save you the woodworking part of it. I'm just gonna show you when it's up there. I'm gonna hold it on with these little knobs here with the bolt on the end. Up there where the cameras are hanging are threaded inserts, and these go right into it. So I'm just gonna make some boards that'll hold the foam and bolt right up there on the back side. And then when I turn the TV around to film that way, they can switch also and they get bolted to this backside. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here we go. Pretty easy. That was super simple. This stuff is really super easy to work with. You just put that 3M tape. The 3M tape is super sticky. I've been cutting them in half. The next, I'm gonna test this sound, and then I'm gonna put these up in the corners. Kind of randomly around here. There's videos online on where to put this stuff and all that stuff. We just want to see if it works. So I'm gonna do a test, put these up, do another test, and then put the floor stuff down, do another test, and then we'll wrap this thing up. 4 panels test with the Rode mic. Test, test, test. 4 panels test with the iPhone only. Test, test, test. Now I cut this 3M tape into fourths. So all I'm gonna do, I don't want this to mess up the walls or whatever, so I'm gonna just put a couple on each one and stick them up there, and then we're gonna see if it makes a difference. So I'm not gonna put much on there. Just gonna do like that. Kind of squish it on there so it sticks to the foam. And if I was to try to peel that off right now, it would rip that foam. It sticks that good. So be careful with your walls. Well, let's put these up. Now, I didn't go overboard with using these corner pieces because I have something else that I'm going to do later. But if there's a difference, there's a difference. But once again, I didn't use very many. 1, I was going to run out, and 2, they're pretty ugly. Like I said, I didn't go overboard on those. The next video I'm going to do is going to be doing sound panels in here, so I'll be able to better know where I can put the corner pieces after those pieces are in. So let's do another test. Panels and corner pieces with the Rode mic. Test, test, test. Panels and corner pieces, iPhone only. Test, test, test. Next I have these anti-fatigue mats, and I'm thinking this is gonna probably help my feet and the sound. I think it's gonna help more than what we think. So I'll put these together, show you, and do another test. Final test with the Rode mic. Test, test, test. Final test with the iPhone only. Test, test, test. The purpose of this video was to see if this cheap foam works for acoustics, and I've had a chance to edit a little bit, and before I show you the results, I'm gonna do a thing at the end of each stage with the first set's gonna be with the iPhone 12 mic. That's it, and I'm gonna go in order, and you'll be able to see the difference, and then I'll do it with the Rode mic Go. Now I'll say, I never just use my phone mic, so the Rode mic Go is what I use, and I'll put a link to this and that and everything I use in the video below. So the bad things about these is they come smashed, and I wasted like a day and a half trying to get them to come back to shape, but you can skip all that, get them in water, wring them out, put them in the dryer, and then it's gonna be good to go for you. The other thing is they're not exactly the same size as each other, so when you try to set them up like this, you're going to end up with gaps, or one side, like one up here, I have like a this much where there's nothing on it because they were smaller than the rest. That's just things that you're going to have to do. But when I'm on camera here, when I'm on camera doing the live shows and everything, you can't see this stuff, so it's not that big a deal if the sound is good. You can spend a lot on this kind of stuff, and if it works, it works. The other thing is these walls are all bare. The ceiling's bare, the walls are bare, and that's not ideal. This was just to see if this makes a difference. So the next video is going to be me making DIY sound panels. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to do the whole ceiling. The other thing is this is a 30 feet wall, and this is only about a 10-foot spot right here that I try to condense the experiment to right here. So I'm sure there's echoes coming from all over this room into over here. So that will be fixed on the next one. Thank you for making it to the end of the video, and here's your results. Foam mic, test, test, test. Foam panels with the foam mic, test, test, test. 4 panels test with the iPhone only, test, test, test. Panels and corner pieces, iPhone only, test, test, test. Final test with the iPhone only, test, test, test. Test, test, test. This is foam panels with the Rode mic. Test, test, test. 4 panels test with the Rode mic. Test, test, test. Panels and corner pieces with the Rode mic. Test, test, test. Final test with the Rode mic. Test, test, test.